Hi, I'm Laura Lively. Welcome to you and all of your parts. This week, we are going to talk about one of my absolute favorite, and for me, easy to access qualities of self, and that is curiosity. And often, this can be an easy or easier inroad for a lot of people. So I want to talk about what does curiosity mean from the IFS perspective? And so Julia Sullivan and the IFS Institute define it as marked by a strong desire to learn and understand without judgment. It's about fostering wonder with the world and genuinely seeking an understanding of people and situations. Now, I love that definition because it goes along with what I have found personally and what I've seen in my clients, which is I cannot be judgy and curious at the same time. I mean, well, I can, but if I am, that means that there's a judgy or critical part also active. And, we've talked about that self energy is a continuum. So it's entirely possible that at least I've got some access to curiosity, but I've also got a judgy part. And so let's talk a little bit about that. I have a part that she questions all her life choices. That's what she says. I question all of my life choices. And she says it just like that. And she says it sometimes in my head, and sometimes I hear myself saying it out loud. And so when she's active, I want to share with you what's my favorite question to her, and actually my favorite question to my clients' parts, and my favorite question to a lot of my parts, which is, why is that? So notice if you can ask a question, you cannot be curious and judging at the same time. Being able to ask the part questions tells you you've at least got some access to self energy because you're wondering, unless you're doing it in a judgy manner. But we'll just go with it for a moment. If you can write this down, why is that? If a part is really angry at your spouse, if your part hates your boss, ask, why is that? That question has gotten me more mileage with my clients, with my own system, and it opens up a little space between the part that's really agitated, aggravated, upset, crying, whatever it is, and you with a little self energy. Why is that? Why do you question all of your life choices? Why do you regret your life choices? Why are you angry at your spouse? Why am I stomping up and down the hall? Why am I doing XYZ? And notice that that gives you that bit of space. And so that curiosity, that ability to ask a question and hopefully get an answer can be sometimes easy enough to kind of shoehorn your way into some self energy. Remember, self energy is a continuum. I don't have to be Zen Buddha over here. I can be somewhere in the middle. I can be aware of the part that is angry and upset and frustrated, and also be a little bit curious about why is that. That's why it's wonderful that you don't have to be 100% in self energy. It's a continuum. You can flow back and forth. You can see that something's happening. I mean, I'm yelling at somebody for a reason, and be curious about why. And notice if you have and notice as the part shares with you why, the why is that, when it's sharing that with you, notice how you're responding. Because again, you may find another part. Well, that's ridiculous. Why are you kidding? Look at yourself. You've got a great life. Why are you complaining? That is another part. And then can you turn that curiosity to that part? Oh, you don't like how this other part. Well, no, I don't like it. Say it with me. Why is that? Well, because it's ridiculous. It is absolutely immature to be acting that way. You're 50 years old, for God's sake. I just heard a part in my head say, excuse me, 58. Anyway, curiosity, that openness without judgment. And so, my invitation to you, since a lot of people have access to this, or at least a little bit of access to it, again, you don't have to be 100% curious. You just need to have enough to be able to ask a question. Why is that? Tell me more. I want to hear. That curiosity can be an inroad to some self energy. And so, my invitation to you is notice when you can ask a question to your system. Why are we thinking about something that happened 30 years ago? Not in a, why are you thinking about something that happened 30 years ago for crying out loud? But like, why are we thinking about that? What prompted us to consider? Why did that memory pop? That curiosity goes miles to helping your system feel seen and heard. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that during the week you start paying attention to when you can get some curiosity, some openness without judgment. And until the next time, love to you and all of your parts.